Hey, what's up, guys? Going on back with another video. Today, I want to do my What If series. What if Naruto was a girl? Part 14. And last part, in part 15, there we seen uh mostly we seen the Tsunade fight. We seen the Sane fight there with Orochimaru, Tsunade, and Shizune there. Uh, Mostly Naruto technically takes on Kabuto there, hits him with a Rasengan, makes him go flying. She goes down. Mostly technically, we've seen the Sonati fight, or we've seen the Sani fight there, and technically the Sani fight was plays out the same like in the original story. Um, Mostly they told Narco there, she gets flipped in the forehead there, and they head off back to the Leaf Village. And then Dry was actually saying, "Oh, he raised a really good daughter there." Telling Neiman to he raised a really good daughter there. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna take it short and minus like all the other stuff. I'm just gonna put a disclaimer of that. So that was in part 13. Let's go on to part uh, 14 there. So uh, we go into these. We go into the retrieval arc there, or yeah, the retrieval arc there. So Sakura was technically giving flowers to Sasuke and Rock Lee there, like she does in the original series there and stuff like that. And then she's like, oh, here goes Sasuke, and stuff like that. And Sasuke was like thinking how girl technically beat him out and stuff like that. He's like thinking how a girl beat him out and stuff like that. How Naruto technically beat him out and stuff. And he's like, damn. He's like, how in the heck? I got outclassed by this. How I got outclassed by this. Uh, this about her and stuff like that, Naruto and stuff. He's like, how in the heck I got outclassed by her? And we've seen where Tenmichi takes on Gar there. She's like, he's like, you don't hurt my friends there, and stuff like that. And then mostly he's like thinking about that. And Sasuke was thinking about that. He's like, damn, how the hell I'm gonna get stronger and stuff like that if I can't even take him on and stuff like that. And Naruto, she can take him on. She's like, I got outclassed by Kuichi and stuff like that. That's what Sasuke was thinking and stuff like that. Mostly pissing him off even more because he got his butt kicked by a girl. So technically, we see a flashback there where Sakura was saying to Sasuke, saying, "Oh, thank you for saving me from the um, from the sand there and stuff like that." And then Sasuke was like, "No, I didn't save you from the sand, Sakura." She's like, "Wait, why?" She's like, "Why didn't you save me from the sand?" It was Narco. Narco saved you from the sand there. And she's like, "Wait, she did that? She saved you from the sand?" And stuff like that. And he's like, "Yes, she saved you from the sand there and stuff like that." So technically, we've seen that in the flashback there. Technically, Sakura and Naruto go just check up on Sasuke there. Mostly Sakura was checking up on Sasuke there and stuff like that. And then Naruto comes in. She's like, "Hey, Sakura," and stuff like that. Oh no, and she's like, "Hey, Naruto, what are you doing?" and stuff like that. She's like, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna check on Sasuke and stuff like that." She's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't see him for a while, so let's go check him up and stuff." That's what Sakura or Naruto was saying. And then both of them come in there, and then technically Sakura was trying to feed Sasuke the apple there. He slaps it across her face, slaps it across the room there, and then Naruto saying, she's like, "You didn't have to do that. What is going wrong?" She's like, "What's wrong with you?" and stuff. And then he gives him the look there. She's like, "Wait, why are you giving me this look there?" and stuff like that. And then he's like, Naruto, I want to take you on. stuff like that. And then Naruto, she's like, wait, why do you want to take me on and stuff like that? And then he's like, I want to take you on. And then Naruto's like, she's like, huh. She's like, I want to take you on also, and stuff like that. And she's like, I'm pretty happy to kick your ass. And that's what Naruto was actually saying and stuff. And then he's like, you're gonna be embarrassed because you're gonna lose to a girl and stuff like that. That's what Naruto was actually saying. And then he's like, come on and stuff like that. And then Naruto falls Sasuke out and stuff like that. Technically they get up to the rooftop, and he's like, why you pick this place there, Sasuke? And then mostly he's like, I really want to take you on. He's like, I want to fight you and stuff like that. And then she's like, put on your headband there. And he's like, I don't need that damn thing and stuff like that. He's like, I don't need that fucking thing. And then he's like, it doesn't matter. She's like, wearing this headband there, it's a thing from being a shinobi here and stuff like that. And then mostly they started fighting there. Naruto uses her Shadow Clone Jutsu. She's like, Shadow Clone Jutsu. And then mostly Thousand Clones there. And then she does Uzumaki Mirage. Sasuke activates his shotgun there. She's like, hoo ha ha, Uzumaki Mirage. She's like, Uzumaki Mirage. And then mostly she dodges. She's like, wait, what? Ah! And mostly she goes down on the ground and stuff like that. She's like, damn. She's like, how I can do this there. And then mostly she's like, she does her clone tackle. She's like, clone tackle. And then mostly, and then tries to hit him on the ground. And then he jumps out of the way. He's like, try this. And then he does the shuttle. He does his fireball jutsu. He's like, fireball jutsu. And then mostly Naruto's building up the Rasengan. She's like, and then Sasuke waits. He's like, wait, what is that? And then she's like building up there, and she's like, Rasengan. And then he's like, Sasuke does his Chidori. He's like, Chidori. And mostly they're trying to collide there. Sakura runs up to the roof. She's like, both of you, stop it. And stuff like that. Or Sakura's like, both of you, stop it there. And then mostly when they're about to collide there, technically Akashi grabs Naruto and Sasuke and throws them against the water towers there, like he does in the original series. Technically, Naruto hits the water tower there, blows up the water tower. Technically, Sasuke hits the water tower also, but also twists it also, like it does in the original series. So technically, it kind of looks like Naruto only did like a little hold there, and mostly it was like spraying out, but the other side it's kind of blown up. But Sasuke kind of twists the other one, rips his hand out, and stuff like that. He's like, stuff like that. And then Akashi comes up to Sasuke there. He said, well, Sasuke, that was supposed to, he's like, that attack there, that Chidori was supposed to kill an enemy, or kill someone, right? And he's like, stuff like that. And he's like, why are you going to use it against a comrade here, and stuff like that. That's what he told Sasuke there. He's like, why are you using that to a comrade? He's like, you don't understand there, and stuff like that. And he's like, well, technically, he's like, yeah, I can technically understand there and stuff. He's like, you don't use that against a comrade and stuff like that. That's what Sasuke was actually saying and stuff like that. And then technically he like hopped off there and he looked at the other side of the tower where Naruto hit, and then made a give back and hold, and it pissed him off even more. He's like, fuck, and stuff like that. So he freaking Sasuke fucking leaves there and stuff like that. And then technically Jiraiya was right there to Akashi there, and then Akashi was actually saying, he's like, why you taught her that jutsu there? Why you taught Naruto the Rasengan and stuff like that? That's what he told Jiraiya there. And Jiraiya just came back at freaking Jiraiya just came back at freaking Akashi there. He's like, well, you shouldn't be one to talk, uh, Akashi. You taught freaking Sasuke how to do the Chidori there, and he's in this type of state there where he should not be learning that and stuff like that. He's like, and then technically and stuff like that. He's like, well, technically, he's like, that's a pretty powerful jutsu there, and you taught her that and stuff like that. That's what Kashi was saying to Jiraiya there and stuff like that. He's like, well, yeah, but at least Naruto can actually handle it and stuff like that. That's what Jiraiya was actually saying to Kashi. He's like, okay. He's like, I'll go talk to Sasuke there, and then and Jiraiya was saying, well, yeah, I can go talk to Naruto there and stuff like that. Technically, and then he told Sakura like he did in the Akashi told Sakura like he did in the original series. He's like, don't worry, they're just trying to pull off their heads there and stuff like that. Technically, he's like they'll be back to normal pretty soon. That's what he told him. And then technically Akashi takes off there, and then Naruto was walking there, and she's like, Sakura and stuff like that, and she's like, yeah, Naruto. She's like, you need to stay out of this there. Sakura or Naruto, she's like, you need to stay out of this. This is between me and him there and stuff like that. And then Sakura was like thinking, and she's like, Naruto, why? She said that to me. Some of that, mostly, technically, Naruto was technically like walking around the village there. She was walking around the village there and stuff like that. Jiraiya was like actually was gonna about to tell her, but she technically just lets her go. She's like, and Jiraiya was like thinking, he's like, I might just let her go, let her cool off for a little bit and stuff like that. That's what he was thinking. So, and then and then we see Sasuke there, getting trapped by Akashi like he does in the original series. And he's like, why are you doing this and stuff like that? And then he's like, well, you should not. That attack was supposed to kill like a comrade. And he's like, what of it and stuff like that. And then he was actually saying something about, he's like, well, you know, you need to cool down there. And he's like, you're just gonna escape again and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, damn it, tagging with Chalker Fred. And then he's like, this is the only way that I can talk to you and stuff like that. So technically he gives a speech there, and then Sasuke gets pissed off, and he's like, well, technically, he's like, how this feels if I kill the people you love and stuff like that. And then Kashi's like, huh, they're already dead, type of thing. And then he's like, oh, crap. So then they technically leave there. Kashi leaves. He gets attacked. Technically, the Elite Four attacked Sasuke, and he's like, what am I gonna do? He's like, I'm in a bad mood and stuff like that. And they're like, oh yeah, Orochimaru wants the thing. So technically, he still accepts the deal. Sasuke still accepts the deal like he does in the original series. So he's like, what type of deal and stuff like that. And he said, they're like, oh yeah, Orochimaru wants you to go with us and stuff like that and see. So technically, Sasuke still accepts the deal there. When he was about to leave the village there, he was technically trying to leave the village and stuff like that. Sakura and Naruto were like hanging out in the ramen shop there, and she's like mostly their I guess you can say there was just hanging out there and stuff like that. She's like Naruto. Sakura is saying, Naruto, what do you think about Sasuke? He's like, don't worry about that jackass, Sakura. We don't know too much about it. And mostly, she was saying, oh well, I'm just going home for the rest of the night. She's like, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. And mostly Naruto definitely goes home. Sakura goes runs after Sasuke like in the original series. She's like, don't mean me and stuff like that, and technically Sakura was actually saying something about and then Sasuke was actually walking to the out of the village there and stuff like that, and then he's like he's like, what are you doing here, Sakura? And she's like, well, we all been a team there and stuff like that. That's what uh, Sakura was actually saying. He's like, just go home and stuff like that. And then she runs and hugs him like in the original series. She's like, don't leave me and stuff like that. That's what she was saying to Sakura or Sasuke, and Sasuke said, thanks for all. And then he knocks her out and stuff like that. When he knocks her out, and Sasuke gets taken by Orochimaru's men, and that's where technically I'm gonna lead off the. He's like, it's time to go and stuff like that. And he said it's finally time to go. So yep, that's pretty much it. Comment, rate, and responsive to its posts. We like more videos. Please subscribe. Hit the notification on see more uploads. Comment, responsive to its posts. We like her out. Add your peace.